My M27 wife, F27, soft cheats with her best friend. How do I make this stop? Throwaway for obvious reasons. I, M27, have been married to my wife, Sarah, F27, for 6 years. We have a 3-year-old son. We were both raised in an Orthodox religion, which is why getting married so young was normal for us. We were both virgins and very sexually conservative when we got married. We have both had similar shifts to more progressive and less religious worldviews. Looking back now, we acknowledge our lives were unfortunately heavily shaped by our shared religion, but here we are. A few years ago my wife and I became good friends with some neighbors, Rose and Peter, who went to church with us. Very quickly, Sarah became very close with Rose. Eventually they started becoming touchy, holding hands, doing occasional sleepover when me or Peter was out of town, etc. I didn't like the romantic texts, conversations that they seemed like they were having either. I also noticed that the friendship was becoming such a big priority that it was affecting our decisions about vacations and stuff like that. One weekend, I went on an out-of-state business trip. Rose slept at my house while I was gone. When I got back, Sarah immediately talked to me, crying and admitting that she and Rose had slept in the same bed, and that they had touched each other inappropriately, meaning touching boobs and kissing on the face, but not lips apparently. She said that they just didn't realize how far they were taking it until they had moved way past friendship touching. At this point in our lives, we were still very religious, so they, Sarah and Rose, both felt very guilty. I was really disappointed and felt betrayed, but more so by how their relationship had slowly become romantic despite me talking with Sarah repeatedly about it. She promised to be better. Over the years, we have stayed really good friends with Rose and Peter, which I now really regret and feel dumb about. There have been many times that I have noticed Sarah and Rose sending highly romantic texts or getting too cuddly. It really bothers me. When I bring it up, Sarah is truly sorry about it and does a lot better for a while. She struggles with depression, so I felt like having Rose as a highly supportive friend is a net positive for her. Anyway, this last weekend Sarah accidentally left her phone next to me in my home office while she was out running an errand. She got a text from Rose that I really didn't feel comfortable with, and then I proceeded to read many of their texts. I saw lots of texts, literally 100 per day, about giving kisses, cuddling in bed together, about how they were each other's best parts of their lives, hints that they wished for an even closer relationship, etc. I was really hurt seeing this. I feel really stupid that I let this happen and that I have been willfully ignorant for so long. Over the years I have waffled between being pissed about the situation, and wondering if I am overreacting. I confronted Sarah about it, and she is so sad about what she's done. She said they don't kiss on the mouth or anything, and that everything they say to each other is with the assumption that their husbands are actually the main priority. I know Redditors might jump to conclusions, but I really believe that they aren't kissing on the mouth or having sex. Sarah has always been very forthright and honest when I confront her about things like this. After some questions, Sarah admitted that she's not sure if she is bi or lesbian, but she said she is attracted to me. For now, she has stopped texting Rose. I told Peter what I found, and I think he talked to Rose about it, but I haven't talked to him a lot since then. He is as aware as I am to their past and had very similar reactions as I have had. I am not sure if we will be friends anymore or what that will look like. I'm sad if I can't be friends with Peter anymore, but I am so done with Sarah and Rose. I am working on scheduling couples therapy for us. To be honest, I am not sure what to do about this. I am totally exhausted by the situation and overall just feel cheated. Whenever Sarah expresses love to me, I can't help but think it's a lie. I have loved being married to her, and I want us to be great parents, preferably together. How can I make this finally stop? Do I need to cut all ties with Peter and Rosé? I don't want to leave my wife, can we salvage this? TLDR, my wife of 6 years has repeatedly become emotionally romantic with her best friend, and I have recently discovered they are still more touchy than I thought. How can I make this stop? Edit, I gave a lot of people the impression that I care about the mouth kissing boundary. I don't. This line is an arbitrary sexual boundary that I think Sarah and Rose have to justify their friendship. This type of thinking is a result of our upbringing, and super common among people from my background who are not married. I know it's silly. I also regret labeling this as soft cheating. I think it's an emotional affair, with physical elements as well. Despite what this short Reddit post makes it seem, I really doubt they've had sex. It isn't soft cheating. It is an emotional affair and possibly physical. You can't recover if she isn't willing to cut off her affair partner. You are letting her get her way. You need to set boundaries. Soft cheating? No. Cheating is cheating. Also, I'm fed up with so many people blaming their infidelity on being bi or thinking they are bi. Being bisexual does not give you a reason or a pass to be unfaithful, but it seems to be used as an excuse time and time again. I would leave if I were you. I am sorry this happened to you op. This is a full-on physical affair right under your noses. Seems that your religious backgrounds put your wife unable to acknowledge and accept her sexuality. Now she's coming out and exploring. Doubt you can stop this. I'm sorry, but I laughed at how specific they are about not kissing on the mouth. Sorry, it's just very middle school vibes in this post. My F20 boyfriend, M20 of 1 year thinks I'm cheating on him. First time posting. Sorry, it may be a little long. I am F20 and my boyfriend is M20. We've known each other since we were kids in middle school and we were always close, but I never wanted a relationship to ruin our friendship, so I turned him down for a long time until last year when I decided I'd risk it. Our relationship has been wonderful. He's always been very kind to me, brings me flowers randomly. I'll buy him gifts out of the blue when I see something he needs or would like. We have been very open with communication and I thought we were open books with each other. He's helped me learn more about adulthood and finances than my parents were able to, and I have saved more money than ever before, because I used to have a bad spending habit that I almost have gotten over. We've been living together for the last 6 months and I do 80% of the cleaning. We both work full-time jobs but spend most of our free time together. We stopped having sex almost 4 months ago and he said it was just stress, and so I didn't pressure him into anything, but the other night I found out why he actually doesn't want to sleep with me. The day everything happened, it was a weekend and we both had the day off. He went to go hang out with a friend for a few hours and I went to my mom's to pick her up and get some coffee and run to the store, and then I dropped her off at home without going inside like I usually do because I wanted to get home and clean up. After a while my boyfriend came home and we hung out for a while before going to my aunt's to help my mom fix my cousin's F19 car, but she wasn't able to, so I asked P if she wanted to go out to eat with me and my boyfriend and she agreed. We got there and get the food and P brings up my ex, D, and said he was at my mom's today because he had posted on social media that he was with my 2 dogs. I said I didn't know he was there and I brought up that I had asked other family to not talk to him a long time ago, but they told me to shut up and leave things be, so I did because I never saw him and I never cared to. My boyfriend wouldn't let me touch him and immediately went to the bathroom, so I got the tab and some boxes. We brought P home and we went home. He went to the spare room and wouldn't talk to me. At first I thought he was upset because my family talked to D still, but after a few hours he came into our room and asked me, "So how long has it been going on?" And I asked him what he was talking about and he thinks I've been cheating on him. He screamed at me for the next hour and was upset I kept saying the same things over and over because I didn't have anything else to say. I told him I've never cheated or wanted to chest on him. I haven't seen my ex or talked to him and I definitely haven't fucked him. He said many hurtful things in the heat of the moment and I've tried to brush them off but I can't. He believes I've been cheating on him since February and that's why he stopped having sex with me. I don't know why he thinks this. I am with him 90% of the time. He said I probably steal his money and give it to my ex. He said I have 6 boyfriends somewhere. I have no idea where he got that number or if he was just trying to say I am a slut. He said, I come from a family of losers who are never going to do anything with their lives, and all trust is completely gone, even though I've never done anything to him to damage his trust in me before. After hearing all the hurtful things he had to say, I tried to go to bed but ended up staying awake all night feeling sick. He left the next morning for work and I stayed in bed until I had to work. When I got home I showered and he went to pick up a friend and came back. I sat in our room most the day while drinking. He brought his friend home and came back and started arguing again, saying I don't even care about him, I haven't talked to him all day, and randomly saying other things to hurt me. He said my mom's never been a parent and that's why she's always had someone else raise me, and I started crying telling him to stop, but he wouldn't, so I just emotionally shut down and sat on my balcony. When I went back in he was upset because he thought I'd left. I went to bed and when I woke up he was gone again. I really don't know what to do. I do love him, but even if we get past this I don't know if I can forgive him for all the hurtful things he said. I really don't know what to do. Any advice is greatly appreciated. Too long did not read. My F20 boyfriend, M20 thinks I'm cheating on him with my ex that I haven't seen or talked to, and all of our trust is gone, but I haven't done anything wrong, so I don't know how to fix this. Edited to add paragraphs. Sorry, I should have done that earlier. $100 says he cheated on you around 4 months ago and is projecting now. Fuck all this noise. The relationship has run its course and it's time to move on. Also, just to be a pedantic, paragraphs will make your posts easier to read for future stuff. Wow, this is an example of abuse. And it will escalate over time. You can't fix him. He's seriously broken. Dump him now. He is absolutely the one who cheated 4 months ago. You can't fix this. All you can say is that you aren't cheating on him, and if he doesn't believe you, that's on him. He clearly doesn't care about what you have to say in the matter. He just cares about what he thinks is happening. Do not give in to that sort of emotional abuse. He's emotionally not mature enough to be rational or have a mature conversation. Him blowing up at you and saying all these hurtful things isn't okay, and it doesn't have anything to do with why he's initially mad. He has his own things to work out, but you don't have to stay with him while he matures. I'm 27F, moving in with boyfriend, 30M, and being rent-free? Hi everyone. I'm posting on here because I'm not real sure how to get unbiased opinions in my circle IRL without bringing my personal relationship issues to my friends and possibly tainting either my boyfriend's image or mine. Me, 27F, and my 30M boyfriend found the cutest little home. I helped pick it out, and it also was one of my top areas. In the beginning of house hunting, I didn't really feel included him and the real estate agent having separate discussions about the whole process, showing him only house options, new houses hitting the market. My boyfriend was amazing and talked to the realtor and said any updates, instead of texting, calling him directly, can be done in a group chat. I felt heard and listened to and finally felt like part of the house hunting process after weeks. Before I go further, let me add the following. For context, I'm about $80,000 in debt from school. I am putting every paycheck into my debt, hence no money to actually put towards a home. My boyfriend and I have been living together for 2.5 years. We split rent according to income after accounting for my income post-debt payment. We have concrete plans of getting married and being engaged soon. He actually paid for almost everything, rent, utilities, etc., for a few months when I graduated and tried to find a job. Right now we have been having a reoccurring argument about how the finances will work from here on out. To put it very simply, his name is on the mortgage. I don't feel like this is our house without being on the title. I pretty much need Reddit to help ground me and tell me if I'm being unreasonable. Here are my thoughts. 1. Not pay his mortgage since it was ultimately his purchase. Live there rent-free and bear the consequences of having no legal rights and being kicked out at any moment. Then, once I have saved money, buy us a newer and bigger home instead of a traditional starter like the one he is getting now. 2. Pay a portion of his mortgage and risk never seeing that money should something bad happen. I also want to protect him, and by doing this though, through law I would own whatever I paid. I don't want to own, I just want to feel like it's ours. 3. Get a cohabitation agreement saying I can only be kicked out should something happen with a 30 days notice. Or maybe after I've paid my dues for when he had my back before and didn't make me pay anything, I can pay him for a share of the house after reaching X dollar amount that he has covered me for. Essentially, I'm just confused on how to keep both of us protected with law. He also wants a prenup for the house. Am I crazy for thinking the best option is to just not pay at all and just try to be a good person covering him for other things now that I'm working, buying the furniture? Also, as a note, my boyfriend is the most selfless person ever. I love him so much and genuinely want the best. I want this all to be fair, and by no means do I want a situation where I'm taking advantage of him, but of course I don't want the reverse either. I just genuinely don't feel like this is an us decision, our home. If it were up to me, we would have waited to buy together and would have stayed local. Can someone help to ground me here? Does anyone have any advice on my current situation? What is best course of action? What are my options here? Do any of the ones I mentioned ever make sense? Also, more than happy to provide additional context if needed. Edit. Just to clarify, the title of the post and option number 1 was his idea. Number 3 was my idea and number 2 was a random idea I saw on the internet from another post. I'm here trying to convince myself and him it's not necessarily a good one, the best to move forward, option number 1 that is. However, I am seeing a lot of good comments related to cohabitation agreement and renter's lease as a solution to everything. I'll bring these back up as better ideas and come back with updates. I'm confused by your perspective that you should be able to live there rent-free. Who gets to live somewhere for free? It seems like you're both getting tense about money. You don't want to pay for the house, he wants to maintain solo ownership. You need to have a few more conversations about finances. You both seem to have some fears. Damn. He has paid for you for years and is now going to be making the entire down payment himself, and you want your name on the deed? Talk about looking a gift horse in the mouth. You better hope he doesn't stumble onto this thread. 'Cause it might open his eyes that he's basically been subsidizing your student loans for years. Just pay rent, like a portion of the mortgage. My advice to your boyfriend is to walk away from you fast, quick, and in a hurry. I personally wouldn't put my name on anything with someone I'm not married to. Partner, 30M. Declines every invite I, 29 female, extend to spend time together. Too long did not read. At the end. We've been together for almost 10 years. I've wanted to get married for a long time and he says he does but won't propose or even agree to a courthouse wedding. This is relevant for why I feel how I feel. He told me I need to make more time for him after I was driving him to work and interrupted his story to ask a question about where I would be dropping him off in the next 5 minutes because I was going to be late for work and needed to plan what roads I took to get him where he needed to be. After my question, he shut down immediately and wouldn't speak to me or continue his story. But after prying via text after drop-off, he said it was obvious I didn't care about his story because I interrupted him. My point was that a schedule-specific closed-ended question is priority in every single situation that is time-sensitive. In the car I had asked him to carry on with his story after I got the answer I needed. He refused. But the thing is, I invite him to everything. I'm in the yard doing yard work. Do you want to sit on the porch and talk to me while I'm working? I'm cleaning the kitchen. Do you want to sit in here and chat while I'm cleaning? I go to the gym. Want to come with me and get dinner after? I go to the store. Want to come with me to get XYZ? There is not a single thing I do that he's not openly and verbally invited to. I ask him to go for walks together. I ask him to sit on the couch and do nothing together. I volunteer to watch his shows together. I physically cannot make more time for him because I share all of my time and he doesn't want it. He declines every single invitation I extend. Too tired for gym. Too tired for sitting outside and talking. Too tired for walks. Wants to sit on the couch, not in the kitchen. Wants to play a game and not go to the store. And on and on. He doesn't invite me to do anything social with him. He doesn't leave the house other than to work. We grocery shop together once a week and that's it. Otherwise, if he's doing a house project, he will say he needs help. Mostly just me standing there and him getting annoyed if I try to talk to him while he's working. While I'm actively doing one of the aforementioned things I invited him to and he declined, and then gets mad if I say no because I'm busy. If I invite him to a social event and he actually attends, he doesn't engage at all and wants to sit with just the two of us, not interacting much together but also not speaking to anyone in the room. His social battery runs out after like 25 minutes and he won't even talk to me after that. I'm genuinely at a loss. He's neurodivergent in some way, fully undiagnosed, just anecdotally based on his inability to read social cues and time blindness habits. How can I possibly help him? He won't communicate what making more time for him looks like, so I'm genuinely just confused because I love him and I work hard to not take it personally that he never elects to spend time with me unless it's a task that is exclusively enjoyable to him, but it hurts. Too long did not read. Long-term partner declines every invite I extend for spending time together. Doesn't invite me to spend time with him unless it's helping complete a house project. Will not speak while we do this, just wants to work while I exist in the same space. Told me I don't care about him because I asked a situationally relevant question during a story that was irrelevant to the situation and then shut down. Told me I need to make more time for him as a result of that conflict. It doesn't have to be like this. You can leave. Putting all of the obvious unfairness here aside for a second just to say, life with him sounds boring, lonely, and frustrating. Will you be able to keep up this lifestyle indefinitely, in the prime of your life? With no promise of a distant future? You're working hard and in school to set up a nice life for yourself. Do you want to expend all of your precious free time and romantic energy on the relationship you've described here? We're all tired, but the way he's dragging his feet through life with you is childish and well below the bar. You sound sweet and like you just want to be supportive and have fun. I think you should go do that with someone that wants to build a nice life with you. I'd also recommend getting his testosterone tested. Sounds like this relationship has run its course. At what point will you stop and realize that you are over-invested in this relationship? There is no emotional return on your investment. You need to rethink your relationship.